Well, my Eliminator season is officially over. I mean, again, it could have been any other game, but again, it had to be this one. But yeah, Giants. Big time performance. Roll those highlights.
The Giants with the most improbable win. Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
And that kick right down the middle. Dart in the pocket. Dart's going to go deep, and that pass is going to be pulled in. Dart, he can run. Can he ever? He can run all the way to the end zone. Formation.
No, he finds an open man and hits him. Robinson stays in bounds. Robinson's going to go all the way for a touchdown.
Andrew Kuba could not stop him, but the kick right now is on the right side. Little flip here, little trickery, and it works. Goddard into the end zone. One more time, crowd hates it. Eagles love it. A lot. Here's Scatterbo to the end zone. Touchdown. Dillon in the backfield. Going deep. Out in front. Pass is too deep. They'll give it to Scatterbo. Scatterbo, second effort. Does he get in? One official sits short. Hurts throws. Intercepted. Picked off all the way down the sideline. Scatterbo. He is in. 9. Underneath, catch is made, diving for the first down. A.J. Dillon, then the ball comes out. But
And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Fun NFL. Please like and subscribe if you guys enjoy the Week 6 Thursday Night Football recap. We will be going through what happened in that Giants game. You just saw all the shenanigans that did in fact go on. We'll also be picking the All-MLB team again as a little special addition to this as well. But as you did see last night, the Giants demolished the Eagles, sort of. Again, I think the score is a little bit not really too indicated, but still, they shut out the Eagles in the second half with a 34-17 win on top of a 20-point first half. This was the Giants' best performance all year by far. Their defense played phenomenal. And offensively, despite some struggles, they were able to get through a lot of things behind Cam Scatterbo. They will be heading to Denver next week, again with the mini bye, where we'll see again if they can pull off another upset there. Eagles will be heading to Minneapolis to hopefully not face a healthy Vikings team. We'll see if that actually does come to fruition, though. But for the Eagles, it's the first time they've lost back-to-back games since 2023 when they lost to these Giants in Week 18, and I don't even know who they lost soon. The Cardinals in Week 17. So, again, it's been a minute since the Eagles have been, not this good, but still, this is still a team that is yet to put a full 4 quarters together, and until that happens, I mean, probably be struggling a lot again as they lost their first 2 games to the Giants, and I guess not really that far to go. But the Eagles haven't lost to the Giants in primetime in 15 straight games, something ridiculous like that. The Giants haven't won on Thursday Night Football in 10 years as well. Again, just kind of tells you how big of a win this is for them in a lot of ways. But for Jalen Hurts, 24 of 33, 283, a touchdown and interception. The interception was a horrible read by him. He missed a lot of throws in this game. A lot of his nice completions were, I'm just going to say one reads, but they were one read. And also, again, he did throw some checkdowns that got some yardage. So I'm not trying to hate on him too much, but again, as you guys all know, I do say he's a bottom half of the league in terms of starting passers. Again, I don't think this game really proved anything else other than the points they've already made. But still, again, we're not trying to, dogpile Jalen Hurts. He didn't have his worst game, but again, he also threw his first pick out of, snapping a 305. Straight passing streak there. Saquon didn't get the ball. I mean, it's back-to-back games where he's gotten, 18 carries past 2 games. It's ridiculous. I understand that this is an offense that still hasn't really figured anything out, but you have to realize that even though Saquon, who only had, 2 or 3, legitimately good runs in this game, again, I think this is a little bit skewed, is your best player on your entire team, so figure that out. Jalen Hurts had a touchdown as well in this, the tush push. He had 4 plays in a row. That's just ridiculous. Get that thing out of the football. That's not football. It's rugby. Dallas got her 9 for 110 and a touchdown. Again, his touchdown, on the little flippy, whatever the hell you want to call that thing, wasn't really much of, really wasn't that, again, it was pretty hard compared to what we saw 2 weeks ago against the Bucks. AJ Brown at 6 for 80. He had a better game than what we were used to seeing, but still didn't have his again. He still hasn't really gotten things going. Devontae Smith lost a lot of people a lot of money, and then AJ Dillon fumbled as well. Again, on top of that, for the defense, Reed Blankenship wasn't actually that bad in coverage. I think he did a really good job at kind of like isolating some of those Giants receivers and making it hard for those guys to get open. Adoree Jackson did a decent job. Jahad Campbell really struggled in terms of tackling. He missed like 4 or 5 tackles. He again a rough game, but overall in coverage he was decent. Adrian Makupa sucked. Zach Bond had his worst game as an Eagle so far. Kelly Ringo was, again, burnt toast, but he didn't play too bad in this game. I'm be honest, guys, Jordan Davis, I think this is a little bit, doesn't do him justice. He was the only guy penetrating up front. Jalen Carter had a big donut in this game. I don't even know. I really didn't even see him out there. Did he even play? I think he might have been injured. I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, he didn't even play. That's part of the reason. Again, I literally didn't. Again, Jordan Davis was the only one doing it on the defensive line. They got some pressure from some guys off the edge, but it really wasn't very consistent. And then Jake Elliott had a 42-yarder as well. For the Giants, Jackson Dart, very similar performance that we saw 2 weeks ago, but again, a lot of the throws he made were, again, kind of off of improvisation. He really wasn't much in structure this game, but I'm not even going to complain because of how much he broke those Eagles contains in this game. Their offensive line played phenomenal, though. I think that, again, if the Giants' offensive line played out similar to last week, Jackson Dart would have been in for a little bit of trouble, but still, he made the quick throws that he was supposed to make. Those second read progressions were also pretty decent. I just need to see him get to that third read instead of kind of just doing whatever he wants, even though, again, it kind of worked in this game. Cam Scatterbo had a really good game. Again, he scored 3 touchdowns. That was like plus whatever in terms of the betting line on that, but still, nearly 100 yards in this game. This is Cam Scatterbo's best game up to this point. I'm really interested to see what he does the rest of the season. Jackson Dart, again, the other 20-yard rushing touchdown. First Giants quarterback since 1970, if I'm not mistaken, to have a 35-yard passing touchdown, a 20-yard rushing touchdown. Some weird stat like that. Wando had that 35-yarder. He had a lot of big plays. Again, he was really the only legitimate receiving threat in this offense, though. Lil Jordan Humphrey made a big play downfield. It was kind of fun to watch him play. Jalen Hyatt got a couple nice vertical routes, which, again, was what he was good coming out of the draft, but he hasn't really done much. Theo Johnson also was a solid player in this game as well. Again, like I have said a couple times now, this offensive line established the line of scrimmage. They had a very, very good game. That is the reason this Giants offense was so successful in some ways. Defensively, Tyler Nubin was off the charts. Their entire second really was. Again, I understand they had some leakages at times, but other than that, and those couple lapses, they did a great job. Brian Burns had like 15 pressures. Cordell Flott had an amazing interception. Dane Bellin is just a dog on this defense. And then you got guys like Bobby Okereke, Andrew Phillips make a lot of plays as well. This defense just, again, played like the way you'd like expect them to, considering how talented they are. But again, when Jude McTammany is your kicker, you probably don't want to have this game come down to the wire. But anyway, team stats-wise, Giants outgained the Eagles. Again, time position probably was a lot more skewed towards the Giants in the second half. Again, the 2 turnovers by the Eagles really weren't even that crucial, considering this game was basically over by that point. Giants, though, 11-16 on third down. That's a really big thing I want to talk about here. The Eagles were absolutely atrocious because they can't throw the ball consistently. Kevin Matullo is a dysfunctional offensive coordinator, and him and Jalen Hurts really just don't mesh well at all. And then again, Giants 11-16, they were very, very good at getting the third and short situations. There were very few plays, maybe like 2 or 3, where they were actually in long third down passing situations. And again, the fact they were able to get out of those is a very good thing. There's very few teams in football that can get away with being in those third and long situations consistently. Again, the Giants, certainly not the Eagles, are one of those teams as well. So again, it's good that the Giants stayed in, again, the short yardage game there. That's all I got there, though. Let's get over to those all-MLB picks in terms of, again, what we're talking about. Like, it's basically the end of the season all-star team. All right, guys, we're doing a little bit of a special thing here. Again, we're going to pick basically the best MLB players from this season. I'm be honest, guys, I have not looked at this, so we're just going to have to go through it. I'm going to try to make this pretty brief because I'm going to have some pretty, again, not strong opinions, but pretty blunt picks here. But anyway, again, I think there's like 10 or so players for each position. Again, we'll get the pitchers and crap later as well. But again, they've been doing this a couple years. It's basically the end of the season all-star team, a little bit more complete of a... Again, kind of like all-star team here. But Pete Alonso, he's not going to be my pick. Again, the numbers look nice, but like, no. Michael Busch had his breakout season. Vlad Guerrero's a really fun pick, but he's not the dude. Matt Olson, better season than last year, I guess. Spencer Torkelson, best year he's had so far. Bryce Harper, no, but again, he's going to be good anyway. Freddie Freeman almost at 300. Jonathan Randa, again, probably has the best numbers in terms of average and stuff, but I don't really care about that stuff too much. Josh Naylor had a good season. Vinny Pasquantino. All these guys are good hitters, but the only guy that I actually like give much of anything about, and again, if you played a full season, you would have hit like 45 home runs and like got 150 RBIs. That would be Nick Kurtz. He was the best first baseman in baseball, guys, this year. Again, I don't really think that's much of a conversation, again, thankfully. Second base is always a weird position. There's usually not as much, again, like punch and oomph here, but still, Jose Altuve is not the guy, but he had a pretty decent year. Again, it wasn't completely off of last year. Jake Cronenworth's not the dude. Again, he gets on base a lot. That's about it. Nico Herner is a good defender, but he is an absolute donut at the plate outside of the fact that he can get on base, I guess. He's just not a guy that I'm really fear at all. Bryce Terang, he's definitely a guy you could put in consideration. He probably had the most valuable second baseman season just because of how good he was defensively. He got on base decently, got just really good average, and just, again, even though the power really isn't there, still had a decent season in that sense. Gleyber Torres had a really nice, really solid season. Again, he's just, again, that prototypical, like, solid second baseman. Brandon Lau had an interesting season, 31 homers, really good power numbers. Probably should have traded. Xavier Edwards is a joke on this list. And then Jazz Chisholm, fun guy to talk about, but I'm not going to take a guy who hit 242. Give me Ketel Marte because he's the best second baseman in baseball, and it's really not even that close. But again, Bryce Frank, shout out to him, and I guess Jazz Chisholm, but still, again, bro, like 242 average, like what are we doing? Shortstop now. C.J. Abrams, fun season. Again, not really much even better than last year. So, no. Mookie, again, he didn't even hit that well. Elliot De La Cruz is all over the place. Again, if he had 80 steals, again, maybe we could talk about. Francisco Lindor, again, very valuable season, but I don't think he had, again, the numbers to do it. Geraldo Perdomo is definitely in consideration. Corey Seager, if he played the whole season, I still probably wouldn't even put in this list because, again, he was still obviously awesome, but it wasn't that great. Trey Turner was okay. Bobby Witt, we'll get back to. Willie Adames, I don't know how he 30 home runs, but he was able to figure it out. But Bo Bichette hit Merchant. Gunnar Henderson was good, but it doesn't really matter. And then Zach Neto, he's a really solid shortstop. Jeremy Pena, Trevor Story, Jacob Wilson are all there too, but they're not going to be my picks. Again, it's either Perdomo or Bobby Witt. I'm picking Bobby Witt because he's a much better, I'm not saying much better. He's just a better defender than Geraldo Perdomo. And Geraldo Perdomo was in the majors, again, at least to start out with, because he was a great defender. Bobby Witt's probably the best shortstop in baseball we've had in a while, just straight off of defense. That's why I pick him, even though his offensive stats might not be as good as Geraldo Perdomo, even though they're basically the same, or his are better. Anyway, though, moving over to third base, Alex Bregman was awful in the second half. Get out of my face. Again, I had to watch him as a Red Sox fan. Matt Chapman, good defensively, but I don't care. Manny Machado, good season. Max Muncy, I guess. Andy Handel 750, even though he's at 40 in August. Junior Caminero, absolute freaking dog, guys. He's crazy good. Micah Garcia is interesting. Zach McKinstry, again, not really the guy. I'm picking Jose Ramirez anyway, though. It was him or Caminero, but Caminero's a butcher at third base, so I guess I just picked the best third baseman in baseball for this one. Usually the right pick there. Catcher now. Drake Baldwin. He had a good rookie season. I'm be honest, guys, that Braves team was a joke. I don't care. That's what I'll say there. Dylan Dingler. He's not bad. Carson Kelly, again, he was a good catcher. One of the reasons that the Cubs are still alive in the playoffs. Shea Langoliers is definitely a legitimate guy, but realistically, it doesn't even matter there. Hunter Goodman, again, Rocky Merchant, but still is their best hitter. William Contreras is probably the most, or the best player in the Brewers. They're definitely the most consistent. Alejandro Kirk can't run. Carlos Narvaez, again, these numbers just don't stack up. And then Will Smith had a good season, but kind of fell off a little bit towards the end of the season. Not really that far off. He was hitting like 330 at some point. Kyle Raleigh's a guy. He hit 60 homers as a catcher. You can't even, he's the best player. He's got to win MVP. DH now. I don't even really care, to be honest with you guys. It's going to be Shohei. I'm just going to pick him right off the bat. All these guys are good hitters. There's no way around it. There's some of the best hitters in baseball here because they're DHs. But yeah, I shout out to Yelich. He had a pretty good season. Best year, I guess, since he's been brilliant in 5 years. Outfield, though. This is definitely, again, we'll pick the obvious ones. We have Aaron Judge because he's the best player in baseball, or hitter, definof Other than that, though, again, that's the only true obvious one. Again, Juan Soto probably as well because he still leads the league in walks and is probably one of the top 5 players in baseball. Again, there's a lot of jokes on here. I mean, why the hell is Wyatt Langford on this list? Again, I'm a big Jarren Duran fan, but why is he on this list? PCA would be interesting. Again, he was an MVP candidate at one point, but again, he finished season hitting 247. Not going to really get it done. I'm picking Corbin Carroll because of how good of an outfielder he is. He's just an absolute monster, and again, I think he deserves it, despite maybe his numbers not being as good as you might have hoped for, even though, again, they're still ridiculous. Starting pitcher, we can pick 5. Where are the? There's some really obvious ones. No. Oh, that would be interesting. Zach Wheeler, if he stayed healthy, would have been one of the picks. I think he might have led the league in baseball. Logan Webb, I want to pick so bad because he's just been an absolute workhorse, but I don't know if the numbers really stack that up. Again, best year of his career so far, but he threw over, again, led the league in starts and innings, for a third straight year, something like that. Again, that's just, you can't really talk about that, that much. It's just so crazy. But obvious ones are Christopher Sanchez, Tarek Skubal, Paul Skeens, and the NL, both those guys for sure. Again, Tarek Skubal, obviously. Because he probably went Cy Young. And where's Garrett Crochet? He was probably the second best pitcher in baseball overall this season. And there's one. If I had to pick one other guy, who am I picking? None of these guys. I mean, Max Fried's interesting, but I don't think he was that good. Pivetta had a great season, but it's not him. Well, let me keep thinking. There's just so many good options here. It's not DeGrom. No. Brian Wu fell off. Again, those are the 4 surefire guys. Everyone else, I'm just I don't know about them. This is tough. I don't look at any of these guys and I'm like, these are the best. Again, Hunter Green wasn't healthy, so this is tough, like really tough. I might just have to go with Freed here. I think I'm going to because, again, I really want to pick Pavetta, but like this is tough. I'm gonna go with Freed. I think that's the right pick there. Again, he was probably led the league in wins. Again, a lot of people don't really like wins anymore, but like I think that is fair to say there. Again, Framber isn't a bad pick, and not really. Again, those are the only guys that I can really think of because they're like those are the 5 dudes. Again, if Zach Wheeler was healthy, he'd be in there too. But again, that's the reason he's not there. So Freed, I'll give the nod to there, and all MLB. Relievers. Where's Chapman? He's obviously the dude. Where is he? There we go. Chapman, and then who's the next best guy? That's what I'll put it at. Whitlock was awesome, but it's not him. Uribe, that's actually a good pick. Kate Smith was a workhorse. Robert, it's got to be Robert Suarez, right? I don't know, the ERA, it's a little high for me. Santana had a weird season with the Pirates. Again, I think his, Munoz, that's probably got to be him, right? Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Munoz, just a workload. Estevez was good too, but I'm going to go with Munoz there. Ooh, no, I want to pick Diaz. Oh, his numbers are so gross. I'm going to go with Munoz, though, because he actually, like, he was a freaking workhorse for this team, and he's still, like, just pumping out saves. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Munoz. But that's what I got there. If you have any, disagreements with these picks, well, womp womp, you go do it yourself. But that's what I got there. Hope you guys enjoyed that Thursday Night Football game as well. And see you guys for the predictions on for Sunday sometime tomorrow, if I had to guess.
Pajes breaks his bat. Kirkring got to find it. Throws to the plate.